everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I'm getting started on a new project today that's going to run for quite some time in between everything else that I film. And I'm just going to call it Many Days of Fairies because that's what it's going to be. I'm working on actually a dozen fairy journals because I've been collecting like fairy things for a very long time. And I've had them in this big basket on the floor next to my desk for a very long time, and I really want to get going. So just to give you an idea, this will involve 4 journals that I'm making from the covers of these fairy puzzles. The other one is with the cover that I'm using. It's drying right now. So what I've done so far, these came out of a book actually, and you could take the puzzle out and do the puzzle. But what I did was I sealed it all down with matte medium. I've sanded the edges. I've gilded the edges. I've been working away on these a little bit this morning, and so yeah, I'm just going to kind of continue. This is like going to be sort of a what's on my desk kind of project. So for this one, I'm going to use this old book and I'm going to be painting it. It's going to be affixed to the cover as so, but first we have to prepare the book itself, which involves at this stage the painting aspect. So I need to grab my paintbrush because apparently I left it at the sink. I'll be right back. Okay, so paintbrush in hand now. So this one is going to be for this book, and this is just going to be a base coat. I suspect there's going to be some other color going on this cover. But for now, I just want to get a bit of a base coat on to work with. So there will be 4 of the puzzle front books. Then there will be, I think, 6 of the another kind that I'm using the Victorian flower photo album as a frame to go around one of the flower fairies on the cover. And then I'm going to make one folio, and then I have one other cover that's just a really beautiful piece of bookboard that has fairies on it that I've been kind of hoarding away. So yeah, I figured I couldn't decide what I wanted to do for a small series, but then I just decided I will do a large series because I have a ton of fairy books that I've been collecting. I have many lovely fairy digitals. And yeah, I think I can really just make a lot of nice fairy books. And I would like to get this project sort of off of my plate because I have a lot of other things I'm also working on, and I'll continue working on those. So you'll probably see some other things. You're not only going to see fairies every day from me, but you will see some more fairy content right now. Yeah, I just want to get going on that because I always think to myself, like, I don't want to be just collecting and collecting for projects and then never getting them done. Speaking of which, I don't think I will have haul videos this week because I haven't been hauling anything. I'm kind of thinking about the concept of doing unhauls, and I have to define what that means still. I'm sort of working on the idea. Yeah, because I've accumulated a little bit lately. I've had some pretty big hauls, which is not usual for me. I don't normally have huge amounts of thrift haul, but lately I have, just because I found good stuff. But I'm going to take a little break. Mainly, I just didn't feel like going out this week because I'm still recovering from this sinus cold. I'm feeling considerably better today. I'm just the personality type that doesn't know how to relax, really. So I've been kind of pushing myself. I've been working the whole time, and I've been doing lots of stuff. And also my children have been around a lot because they were sick. Well, one of them was sick the week before. So we've kept them away from all the programs and stuff that they normally go to. So I have had them a lot, and we're also preparing because we are having house guests for a couple of weeks. My family will be staying here for a couple of weeks on their sort of couple times of year visit that they do, and so we're getting ready for that, and yeah, just lots of stuff to do. Okay, so there's the base coat. I think that's good for this. And then, as I mentioned, there will probably be other color brought in, probably some silver, maybe some gold, maybe some, I don't know, we'll see. Some sparkle. Alright, but that is a decent base coat for this one, I think. It doesn't have to be completely solid, but it's pretty close. So that will be that one. Then this one, I think probably like a purpley blue would be a good base coat for that. So just give me a moment and I'm going to get paint. Okay, so I'm actually going to go, I think, with silver on this maybe. This is pastel paste, light gray, but I'm just going to use it as a base coat for this, and then I'm going to add some silver to it. However, first I need to work on this book itself because this doesn't have a large enough spine, so we're going to remove the spine on this one. And then just kind of tear up the marl or whatever here, if I can get it off. And I'm just reusing book covers that I've kept where I've already gutted the contents. That's what I'm using as the base books for these, and I will make new spines for them. That one's nice and neat now. It's good. Okay. I'll probably use that scrap. Then over here, do the same thing. So cut this one off as well. That one doesn't need to tear at all. It's pretty good as is. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the outside covers for now. Get the base coat on with this. This has a nice texture, this paint. I've had a pretty quiet morning, I would say. I made breakfast for the kiddos. They went to their morning program, so I've been here hanging out with my dog in the basement and in the studio, and it's been pretty easygoing. I've worked all morning and now we're kind of at my lunch break at this point, and I have lots more work to do this afternoon. Then I might, if I feel up to it, try to do a little bit of work in the garden. And I need to hang my new bathroom cabinets from my Tuesday 10 story about the horrors of IKEA. I did not get them at IKEA. I'm still traumatized. All right, that's that one. And I think I also will prepare some wool to spin because I've got to get spinning today. I've lost a few days. I've gotten a little bit of spinning done, but I haven't gotten as much as I would like. Although I do think I'll be fine for the show that I have in June. I'm trying to embrace the whole, like, stop pressuring yourself to have, like, a million things. It's hard to do. I'm so used to having a really full kind of production schedule of, like, shows and stuff, and then I took a break completely for 2 years, and now I'm just sort of slowly coming back, but I'm also just I think retreating again, because I'm finding that life's just a little too busy to get back into the throes of doing shows. And I'm kind of sad because there's one that I usually do every year in the fall that I've decided I don't want to do, because I just don't want to be enclosed in a building with a bunch of people not wearing masks as we approach winter again. So yeah, I have to say no on that one, which is too bad, but next year maybe. Okay. So that will be the base coat for this. So I'll set that aside and I will wash the brush and be back to paint the next one. Okay, so the next one is the kitty cat here. So cute. I have to kind of blend in a little of this. I have too much gilding wax right here. I just have to blend it a little. Here we go. Let's put a little too much gilding wax there. That's better. I wanted a little bit around the kitty, but not a ton. Okay, so this I'm going to do in a yellow to kind of go with the dandelions. And for this one, I'm using this larger book. It's a book of fairy stories. And so the intention here is that I'm going to do these books, I'm going to do like a bunch of different sizes and a bunch of different kind of price points, so that it'll appeal to all different kind of people, right? So let's get a base coat on here, and I know this is going to need a couple of coats because this is a bright red book. But that's okay. Just gonna get the base coat on. And I'll also have to work on the inside of the book once they're all dry. I think I also need to go to the art store and pick up some paint. I'm out of a few colors, and I think that this dandelion yellow might be one of them. I'm just going to get a really big container of yellow paint because I love yellow. Also, I've been going through a lot more paint doing jelly printing with my daughter, so I can always use more paint. Because I think we are due for a jelly printing session. She has been asking me for probably 2 weeks now, and I have not had time. I love jelly printing with her, but it's a bit of a process because you have to, I have to set up a table to put all of the wet prints on, and also it's sort of difficult because she's like a little making factory, and so I'm trying to print with her, but I have to keep stopping to like give her more paper, give her a new template, take away a paper. So it's kind of a crazy factory when we're jelly printing together, but I primarily just focus on her, and I might make a few prints while I'm there. Go a little heavier here. But I'm hoping this week to have some time also to go buy some plants. I have to sort my seeds. I have to get planting some things. Yeah, I have to reorganize the backyard. We got the pool all ready to go for the season yesterday, and I just have to put the solar blanket on, and then that will be done. Okay. So I think I will call that good for a base coat. And we'll definitely have to come back and do more. So yeah, kitty cat. Okay, so I'll clean up again and then I'll figure out what the next step is here. Okay, so this was the first one that I painted, and now I want to add a second color to it. And I have this nice Arteza paint. This is the Royal Purple, and it's like an iridescent paint. That's what the color looks like. So I think I just want to try adding some detail with it. I'll start here to see, because this is underneath, right? So you're not going to see it really. Okay, so yeah, we don't lose the green, but it gives it a nice purple shimmer. I'm good with that. Okay, so that's going to be the next stage for this one. Just make it nice and shimmery. Don't have to worry about the center so much because there's going to be the image there hiding it. There we go. Okay. Just blending away here. These Arteza paints are really beautiful. Yay, I like that. Okay, so that's that one, and I think that's the only one I have that was dry enough to do the top coat. So I will move on to the next set of books as soon as I just go set this aside. Okay, so the next series of books I'm going to be using those Victorian photo frames with a fairy image inside the frame, and it's going to sit on the cover of the book like this. So again, I'm using an old book cover. This one I want to paint in ultramarine blue. So we will get this open here. Oops, it's kind of a thin paint. Unless I just need to shake it more, but I thought I shook it. We'll see. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little different. I don't know if this one will work. I might need to put a different paint on here, but let's just get it down as a base coat because the plan will be to add more to it than just this base coat anyways. But I think I might need a lighter paint. We'll see. I think there's just a lot of gel in this paint. It's not opaque enough. It's a little too translucent. Yeah, we'll just get a base coat of it down and then do something else. else do I have to talk about? I've started watching, so for those of you who are Canadian, probably you would know this more than any of our other international friends, but if you grew up with the show Kids in the Hall and you're into that kind of comedy, they have a new season, kind of a like We're Back kind of season on Amazon Prime, and I've watched the first couple of episodes and they're hilarious. Definitely adult humor, and if you've watched it, no spoilers from me, but I was not expecting, not at all, the first episode. It was quite the shocker to come back to and see the guys all these years later, and yep, bit of a shocking first episode, not gonna lie. But yeah, so far very funny. Definitely adult comedy, not for kids. Okay, so there's that one. Now let's go set this aside. Okay, so this one's going to have a reddish theme. And I think what I need to do with this is probably prime it first, do a primer before I bother to try to paint it with red. So I think that's what I'm going to plan. But anyways, I've probably done enough painting and gutting books for one day for this video. But thank you for joining me. And I'll come back soon with like the next spot that I'm at with these journals, and hopefully you'll enjoy watching the various parts of this fairy book making series. So have a great day. Bye for now.